Alright, so check this out, right? I'm gonna press run. Hey, so what we have here is a list of messages. Let's call it messages. So what we're going to do today, we're going to do a mail merge. So we have the first name, the last name, and then we have a username and a password. Just random data, right? And basically this is so previously we did a demo where we inserted some random data from a random user API into a database. So what we're going to do today is we're going to use that same information and we're going to create mail merge in quotation. So we're going to pull each of the user records. We're going to create a message using template string, and then we're going to output that message. And finally, at the end, we would send that message as an email. Alright, so let's get into it. First, for step one, we're going to create a file. We're just going to call it mail merge, like the demo. And of course, we have to start with a start block. That's step one. Next, we want to get some data. So we go to the database, we say MySQL query. I'm just going to copy over the information, and then we proceed. Alright, so we have the connection string and then we have our data. Alright, so let's kind of just output this to the console. We just want to see what we get in here. So we just output results, we press run, and we see we have an object, an array filled with objects with the data that we want, right? So what we could do is we could display this as a table. It's pretty simple. We go to HTML, see display data as table, and just run it. So we could see it like this, which is much more easier to read. And if you wanted to, we could like give it headers. So we say first name, last name, email, password. Alright, and that just makes it easier to read, right? So that's one thing you can do. Anyway, we know what the data we get in, so that is step one. The next thing is we're going to go into the for loops. That is something I never showed before. So we're going to loop through the data, say for loop by input. So we loop by input, and I guess we should always have an end loop, right? Otherwise it could have errors. So within this block, we could do anything within a loop. So for example, let's unpack the object. So remember here we get an object. Well, I'm not showing it, but remember I just showed an array with objects. So I'm going to unpack that. And it would just be, I'd be getting every object here, so it would just be first name equal to first name, and last name equal to last name, email equal to email, and password equal to password. Alright, so we should have access to that. If we wanted to, let's just output it, print, output results, echo message. We probably could do an echo message. So actually we want to do this below here. So what should happen now is whatever I put here should output the amount of records it has. So let's say hello, and then we say first name. I'm not guaranteed this would work as expected. Yeah, it does. I don't know why it's given an array. As you can see, we could have all the names that we get in. So if you run this again, it should give us the same results. And I don't know why we have an array there. Maybe we need to double check how that loop by input is working. But this is good. So the next thing we want to do is we're going to create a template string. So great. So this is going to be a message. We're going to say hi. We're going to say first name. Hi, first name, last name. You can check out this. And then we just give them a username, which will be the email. And then give them a password, which will be the password. Don't do that. Well, you know that. Alright. And then we want to echo this. So I don't know. So I think output results kinds of just ends everything. Maybe it doesn't. So let's try output results and see what happens. We just want to clear the console. So yeah, we are getting what we want, which is fantastic. So our next step should be, we're going to send this as an email. So we're going to go back to output and we're going to say send to email. So yeah, I'm going to bring this across to the middle somewhere, or maybe just give us some more space there. Doesn't look good. I'm going to save this just in case it wasn't saved. And now we want to send to email. So we're going to use MailChimp for this. Remember, we have the variables, so we can say to. We can say to email. I think you could do that. Say a message. Not very creative. Template string. What we could do is we could assign the template string to a variable. So we could say this is message, and that should work. So we could put the body as message, and we could put from as no reply at some email.com. No attachments, and we just have to get the connection string for this email. Alright, so the only thing I actually did is we're running yet. Okay, so check this out, right? So basically, if you go settings, this is actually the configuration that I use for MailChimp. Alright, so we could just use the environment variable instead of actually putting in the connection string. So yeah, but everything else looks fine. What I'm actually going to do after testing it is we're going to make this kind of HTML. So we're going to put like a PR here, and you can check this out. I think, hi, no, let's put something here, and then yeah, that should look fine. So we want a message for when the script finished. So just to let us know, so we're just going to put a simple notification here. All done. Alright, and now we're just going to run this. If you want to see, let's put something here as well. Alright, so once you run the script, we can see it's being sent, not necessarily in the order that the script has run. It doesn't mean send any background. And what happens next is now we can go to MailChimp and we can see the message that we just sent. You see we have the break that we added there. Probably should have added another break probably here when we give it a bold. We can do it again. So let's delete it and run it again. So we want another page break here. Maybe want to bold, give this, maybe bold this, and we could bold the password as well. Alright, I mean, you could try it again. So you should see the email being sent. Yeah, and that's it. Damn it. Alright, so it should have another break, but whatever, you get the point. So this is basically it. This is basically it. So yeah. So that's a simple way. So this can actually be like an Excel file. Yeah, if you want, you could do it like that. But this is how we do it for now. This is our simple mail merge demo. Oh, what you could do as well is so the template could be like an external text file. So what you could do is you read the text file in just like this. So it can be a full text file and you just read it in and then pass it, and then the variables will match. So you pass in the text file as a template string. So let's say you read file a string or something like that, and it should just be like this, and then you just pass it into the template string so that all the variables will be transposed, I guess, into what they're supposed to be. So you could do that, but I mean, I could show that later. Alright, that's it for now.